This is another key day in Donald Trump's hush money trial. You're looking live at the entrance to the Manhattan Criminal Court. Inside, Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, has been undergoing intense cross-examination by the former president's lawyers. Cohen is considered the prosecution's star witness in the case. Journalist Sally Patterson is covering the trial again today. She joins us live from outside the courthouse in Manhattan. So, Sally, as expected, the defense is really pushing hard against Cohen's credibility. What's happened so far?
Well, Andrew, Donald Trump's team really seems to have a two-pronged approach to dealing with Michael Cohen. Firstly, tearing apart everything he said so far in this historic trial in New York. And secondly, trying to discredit him as a witness altogether, really trying to prove to the jury that this man has nothing important to say, nothing trustworthy to say, and his whole testimony should be disregarded. What we've seen in the last few hours is Trump's team really going hard, getting quite animated in its attack on Cohen, who's had the prosecution for the past couple of days that he's been in court. He's been giving his side of the story, and now Trump's team is determined to bring that down. So we heard, for example, a conversation about a phone call that allegedly happened in October 2016, where Cohen claims he called Trump and his bodyguard to try and discuss this payment allegedly made to Stormy Daniels to keep quiet about an affair she said she had with Trump back in 2006. He denies that that affair ever took place. Now, Cohen says that in that conversation, he told them Stormy Daniels has been paid and the matter was resolved. But Trump's team says that in the lead up to that phone call, text messages show that actually Cohen was talking about harassment he says he was facing by a 14-year-old at the time. And it had nothing to do at all with Daniels or this alleged money cover-up. The other thing they're trying to do is point to the fact that Cohen in the past has admitted to lying to a jury, lying to Congress, lying to the media, the public, about a whole load of things. Don't forget that Cohen is a convicted felon. He served more than a year behind bars. So they're really trying to point to that criminal record and say you shouldn't be believing anything that this man has to say. They played a recording to the court as well from about a year ago where Cohen can be heard saying, "I truly hope that this man ends up in prison. You better believe I want the man to go down and rot inside for what he did to my family." Trump's team says that shows that this is a vindictive, angry, frustrated former employee who is determined to bring down his boss. Andrew?
And Sally, once again today, we saw a number of Republican legislators show up to support Donald Trump. What are they saying?
Well, this has become a bit of a custom here in New York City for Trump to enter the court surrounded by his entourage of Republican lawmakers. Whilst Trump is here in this criminal case, he's not able really to be out on the campaign trail. That's something he's railed against time and time again on his way into court and on his way out. He uses that as the time to make a mini campaign speech where he says it's unfair that he's not allowed to be out campaigning, just like his rival, President Biden, is doing. We've also heard similar from Florida, from lawmakers. We heard, for example, from Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, who said that this is a made-up crime. No other American in the country would be charged with this type of crime. He says what they're doing is sticking together bits of information, bits of evidence that don't belong together, comparing it to a potato head doll. So really trying to emphasize that there is no case here. That's what Trump's team has been saying for a long time. Also questioning why this case is being brought now rather than 7 years ago, for example, when the alleged criminal counts took place. Donald Trump continues to maintain his innocence. He's been charged with 34 criminal counts of falsifying business records. He says that he is innocent, and this is a political ploy by his opponents to try and keep him out of the White House. The prosecution, though, alleges that Donald Trump tried to suppress negative information in the lead up to the 2016 presidential election, just before Americans were going to the polls, to try and keep what they saw as bad information that could have an impact on that presidential race out of the public eye. Andrew?
Sally, thank you. That is Sally Patterson reporting from Lower Manhattan.